Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another Wealthsimple TFSA trade portfolio update. Before we jump into the update, I just wanted to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel. We're creeping up to 1,000, so it's nice to see. Thanks to everybody that has subscribed. I really appreciate it. Next road is to 1,000. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead, check out that button down below. Subscribing is free. Like I always say, it'd be great to have you follow on. We've got a great community on the channel. Let's just jump right into the portfolio. All right, here we are in the TFSA trade portfolio. We've had a decent week actually. It's Thursday when I'm recording this, so we're down a little bit today in the portfolio with a few things, but the market, it's actually been okay in the last little while, and I've been following a few other YouTubers and just seen some other people's portfolios, and I think we've had a pretty good month, which you'll see in our update here for the past month. It's nice to see the portfolio carrying on and just continuing to do, small deposits. We're not making any crazy decisions. Nothing's being sold at a loss. So I'm pretty happy with how things have been shaping up in this last little bit. So kind of nice to see. We are over the $10,000 mark, which is awesome. I did do a deposit earlier this week. I added just $100 to the account. We're just going to do that continual slow deposits, and I did purchase a few shares of some different stocks that I wanted to add to. One of them we'll just jump right into. It was Greenlane Renewables. This was down actually, and I was able to pick up another 50 shares at 79 cents, which is pretty nice. It brings our average cost down, and this one has actually been doing well on the week with Greenlane Renewables. If you're following that in your portfolio in the past week, it's up 38.46%, which is nice to see. They've got some new contracts I think coming on, and their earnings are going to be out next week, so hopefully this will continue to rise. My goal on this one was to have 1,000 shares, which I've actually met that goal, so we'll be kind of holding off on this one I think for a little bit, unless we see maybe another drop or something like that, and we'll try and pick up. But I'm not in any rush to add any more to that position. I'm kind of in there, and we'll see what happens over the long term with Greenlane. But let's just go back and we'll just show how the portfolio is doing. Market is open today, as you know, but Brookfield Renewables has actually been doing really well this week. We've had another really good week on this one, up to $50.18 today, which is nice. So we're actually up on this one, finally up 8.49%, which is nice. And we do got our, again, quarterly dividends with the Brookfield Renewables. Haven't added any into that one. It's a pricey stock, but you obviously the price goes up, you always wish you had more. BTC.Y, that's the Bitcoin yield ETF. We had a dividend from that one come in from last month, so if you watch that update on the dividends, you'll see what came through. Down today, it's again volatile, but again, we're holding this one long term. Not too worried about that one, but we are down on that one. CMC.V, Cielo Waste Solutions, again down as well. And the ETC as well. That's the Bitcoin, and the ETC is the Bitcoin and Ethereum one. I do want to add to this to bring my average cost down, but I've been kind of going more towards the Bitcoin yield one just for those dividends that do come through. They're both highly volatile, so if you're looking at something like this, obviously do your research if it's the right fit for you, because the price will definitely fluctuate. But as you see here, Greenlane Renewables up to 90 cents there. So we're down a little bit. We were at 91 cents to open the day, but so we're still down on this one, 21.79%. But I think long term, I'm quite optimistic with Greenlane Renewables, and the renewable energy space in general is kind of heavily in my portfolio, as you can see. The RioCan REI.UN Real Estate Investment Trust, this one doing okay. Again, we're just down a little bit on there, 2.36%, nothing to really too much worry about. 25 shares of that, which is on the portfolio still. And TransAlta Renewables, this one's doing okay, $18 today, $18.17. We're still down though, 4.89%. This one seems to be slowly kind of creeping up again, with the renewable energy stocks seem to be maybe getting a bit of growth in this little bit, but that's nice to see. Back to R&W, we have 40 shares of that altogether, and this one pays monthly dividends, which we'll reinvest back into the portfolio. Solar Alliance Energy, this one is up to 9 cents, believe it or not. That was one of the one I purchased. I purchased just a little bit of that one just to add to that portfolio. In reading the news, the United States, they're putting out a bill to increase the tax credit for solar energy. So I think maybe this is something for the long term. Again, it's a long-term hold for me. We'll see what happens with that. Slate Office REIT, I bought 5 shares of Slate Office REIT. We are still down a little bit though, 8.83%, but the monthly dividends are consistent on this one, which I'm happy about. So we're up to 105 shares. We'll keep adding to that one. The goal is to hopefully get enough dividends to be able to purchase at least 1 share. We can kind of just keep dripping that into there and building the portfolio that way, which is finally nice to see. Telus has been doing okay as well. The channel favorite, 29.08 right now. So we are up a little bit, 3.14% on our 18 shares, my 18 shares of Telus, which is quite nice to see. And then the last two are the ETFs. So VDY, the Vanguard Canadian High Dividend Yield Index ETF, always a mouthful, 42.45 as is open today. We are up, which is nice on our 58 shares of that now, 3.54%, 84.13. So very happy about that. See that one come back up. And VFV, the Vanguard S&P 500 Index ETF, these are always a mouthful. And we are still down a little bit, but this one has been doing okay. 32 shares, down 3.3%, which is, I think, with the market the way it is, it's been coming back up a bit, which is nice to see. What do I think is going to happen in the future? I have absolutely really not much of an idea, but I think hopefully we can kind of continue on and just kind of average our cost into these and not stress about it too much on that one. So a little bit left over and available to trade, $7.40. Just going to leave that in the cash for the month till I get some more dividends through to make some new purchases. Let's just go see how we're doing. We can refresh this. We pull down. We are up, sort of down a little bit today, 0.19%, $19.65. So let's call it basically flat for the day. We'll see how this pans out. Market's still open for a few more hours. We'll see what happens. But on the week, up 4%, $394.31, which is awesome. Nice to see that. And on the month, we are up 7.81% on the portfolio in the past month. But then we're going to go back into now. You can see that in the past here, we're down 4.78% in the last 3 months. You can see we've kind of starting to gain a little bit of that back just from making the deposits to lower our average cost, and with the market coming up a little bit more, which is nice to see. But on the year, we're down 11.27%. But if we go to all time, not as bad, 10.36%. We're down $1,184.29 as of today, which is okay. I think with the way the portfolio and the positions that I have, not too worried, and we'll just carry on with the portfolio as it's going. Small deposits, as you can see, just kind of doing it once or twice a month, just a little bit. But I think every little bit helps, and it's nice to see it slowly build up. And as we get those dividends in, it's nice to see that slow snowball effect with the portfolio as well. So let me know down in the comments below how your portfolio is doing. It's always nice to hear people's comments and let me know how they're doing. I've watched a few other videos, and some people are doing quite well that have been going in at the market for a bit longer period of time, obviously, than I have. But let me know how it is going. I also did a post over on my community tab. You can check that out if you're using the mobile app or even on the website, on the YouTube website. Just head over to my channel, click on community. I've got a poll on there right now. It's kind of a fun little poll to try. If you had $1,000, and I kind of laid out a few stocks to choose in the tech sector just to see what everybody is interested in. And it's really tied right now. So go check that out and cast your vote for the poll for this week. Much appreciated. If you've made it this far, it's great to have you here. Thanks for everybody that's watching, following on the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Again, we're almost up to 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. Small little channel is growing. If you aren't subscribed, you know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.